I'm fully aware the last thing you expect in Glasgow on a Saturday night is a scruffy lesbian who, yeah, I know, that's funny as well. Yeah, the last thing you expect in Glasgow on a Saturday night is a scruffy lesbian who looks like what would happen if Marilyn Manson fucked Harry Potter. I know that's what I look like. And if I didn't, people shouted at me from cars. I get that all the time. The other one I've had recently in a nightclub about 3 weeks ago, I spent an hour and a half trying to explain to some bloke that I wasn't Gok Wan. Good, most of you laughing at that. One person over there going, I've had that with noodles. I'm not even Chinese, you racist. Anyway, so yes, hello, hi, I'm Bethany Black, if you're French, Beth Noir, and well done. It's lovely to be here. I'm going to tell you some of the weird things that have happened to me, because weirdness follows me everywhere I go, all through my life. From, like, my dad. My dad's properly mental. Has anyone here got a mental dad? Yeah, so what are they kids? You done it, yeah, and is he properly full on, can't leave him alone in the kitchen in case he tries to piss in the kettle? No, not quite that mad, no. Well, fair enough, no, this, my dad's getting that way, he's like, he's gone properly batshit crazy now, right? He lives in France, that's not one of the signs. But I went over to his house recently. When I got to his house, he said, can you have a look at my computer for me? And I went, yeah, sure, what seems to be wrong with it? He said, I think it's infested with paedophiles. Those of you laughing, that is the correct response. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dad? He went, no, right, I've read it in the paper. They're all over the internet. I think one of you's got into my computer. It's like, right, okay, I'll have a look for you, right? So I'm sat in my dad's office, I'm going through everything on his hard drive, there's nothing there. I go, look, you're fine, there's nothing there, it's clean, it's totally clean, there's nothing there. He went, no, there's one! I said, no, Dad, that's a PDF file. You're laughing, he was shitting himself. Especially when it asked if he accepted cookies. Yeah, 2 puns are not fucking doing, alright. It's great. Like I say, it's lovely being in Glasgow. I'm originally from a little town in Lancashire, in England, called Chorley. Give me a cheer if you've ever been to Chorley. Yay! Fucking hell, more than I was expecting. Surely there should have been something in our local paper about that. Strangers arrived in Chorley! Erect the Wicker Man! We must burn them out of here! No, because it is right, Chorley's it's a bit of a backwards place. It's a little bit of a nowhere town, right? And like, because I thought I'd talk about it, I had a look on Wikipedia to find out some stuff about it, and this is how shit my hometown is. I am the 5th most famous person from there. That's how rubbish it is, right? I'll go through the top 5, because it's kind of cool. It's like, number 1 is quite impressive. We've got Jason Queally, the Olympic cyclist. That's quite impressive, yeah. Then number 2, we've got Steve Pemberton out of League of Gentlemen and Psychoville. Quite impressive. Number 3 starts to get a bit weird. Because number 3, we've got Paul McKenna. Yeah, not the hypnotist, the footballer for Nottingham Forest. I couldn't even get the real Paul McKenna. That's how shit my hometown is. And then my personal favourite, one above me. Have you seen the film Titanic? Yeah? Right, yeah, you know when the boat hits the iceberg and starts to sink? One person nodding, the rest of you looking like I've ruined the film. It's a fairly big plot point, it happens in the middle. Basically, the boat hits an iceberg, starts to sink. Like, there's a guy in uniform who starts shooting at women and children so he can get onto one of the lifeboats. Do you remember that bit? Yes. Yeah, well, not the actor, the guy who actually did that. He's from Chorley. We're really impressed with that as well. Oh, a senior surviving crew member from the Titanic's from here. Is he? How did he manage that? We don't know. Did it involve shooting women and children? Yeah. And that's it, that's the sort of place it is. It's not very classy either. It's not like Glasgow. It's really... Seriously, no, Glasgow is well classy compared to where I'm from, right? And this is how you can tell whether or not where you live is classy, right? Because where I came from, there was a pub where on a Friday and Saturday night, everyone who was over the age of 18 and under 35 went at chucking out time looking for either a fight or a fuck. But sometimes both at the same time. You didn't know why they were coming at you with their fists in the air. Too early for a fisting joke, alright. I'll give you that, alright. But this is how you can tell whether or not the place where you come from is classy, right? Because I genuinely saw this when I was about 18 years old. I saw a girl getting fingered up against a burger van, right? And then that's not the end of it, right? That happens in quite a few places, but this was genuinely the scummiest thing I've ever seen, because she was getting fingered up against a burger van, whilst the bloke who did it punched someone out. Apparently, for staring at his bird. So of course we're staring at her, that's really fucking impressive. She didn't drop her chips or anything. I can't do that, my legs always give out. So So I left there and ended up moving to London, which was a big mistake. I hate London. I was down there a couple of weeks ago and I got pickpocketed. But I say I got pickpocketed, I actually caught someone pickpocketing me. Has anyone here ever been pickpocketed? Yeah, so like, did you, like, who said that over? Oh, was it you over there? You said, right, did you notice that you'd been pickpocketed at the time, or was it just like afterwards when you suddenly went, oh God, it's been, whatever it was, it's been stolen? Sorry, you're now looking at me going, oh God, is she flirting with me? I'm really scared. Is this because it's alright, I don't, so you didn't realise until afterwards? Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, no, because I was on this bus, and this guy sort of like reached his hand into my back pocket to take my purse. And I sort of like, because I've got quite a sensitive skin on my back, I noticed him doing it, and so I sort of like tried to stop him. And like, I used to do kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, and so I did a nerve pinch on his hand, right? And then the only time I've ever been cool in my entire life was when I said to him, whatever it is you're looking for, mate, I don't think you'll find it in there. I felt so fucking cool. I was like, that's the best, that's that 1 in a million chance that I would ever come out with something like that. And then it suddenly dawned on me, I was holding hands with a thief. What the hell? I mean, what do you do in that situation? Because like, if you get pickpocketed, you know, to sort of like afterwards you go, oh, I'll go to the police. But if you catch somebody doing it, I'm just sort of stood there holding this guy's hand on a busy bus. I didn't know what to do, so I suddenly became the most English middle-class person in the entire fucking world, and just went, this man just tried to rob me! You, sir, are a thief! And so I stood there, and so then I sort of like let go of his hand, and he went and had a look in his wallet to see if the answer was in there somewhere. And then we stood there, and I was like, oh, what do you do? And then the most socially awkward thing in the world happened, because we both got off the bus at the same place. Just sort of like tipping my hat to him, and, good day to you, sir. And walked off. So yeah, I hate London. So now I live in Manchester, which I absolutely love. Although it's full of feral children. There's lots of feral children in Manchester. Do you get feral children around here? Yeah, you see, the thing is, like, I'm a bit of a goth, right? But my girlfriend's a bit of a chav, and or a Ned, as you guys call them. I know, in the wild, normally the natural predator of the goth. You see them, they hang around outside cash converters looking over towards the war memorial with a big herd of goths are hanging out, waiting for a weaker one to walk away from the rest of the herd. Giving the traditional cry of the goth, you just don't understand! And then the Ned sort of spots them and they're off like a fucking cheetah. After them, they pin them down, they steal their cigarettes, and that's how me and my girlfriend met. It's sort of like, say, we live in Manchester now, and like there are quite a lot of these kids about. Because I do this job, I forget that like kids get chucked out of school at 3:30 in the afternoon, because I get up at lunchtime. And then, like 2 weeks ago, I went to do my shopping on a Friday, and I'd forgotten that it was like 3:30, so all the kids were out in the street, and I didn't realise that they'd just been chucked out. Because it was like I say, it was Friday. I was doing a big shop. I was in Tesco, and I saw that they had a special offer on, which I wouldn't have purchased if I'd known there were loads of school kids out, because it was 16 toilet rolls for the price of 12. Thought, I'm having that, right? What then followed was me walking through the centre of Manchester with 16 toilet rolls under my arm, being followed by a gang of 11-year-olds who were pointing at me and shouting, "Ah, you're going home for a really big shit. You must need a massive poo." And like, I do this job for a living and look like Keanu Reeves, the lesbian years, so I'm used to getting heckled as well. So I thought, you know, normally I'm like quite shy off stage, so normally I'd just be going, no, I don't need a poo, I'm just taking it, you're just on special offer. But no, do you know what, today I'm not going to be scared to walk down my own street and like, this isn't going to faze me at all, but I'm going to use all the skills that I've learned as a comedian to put him down. So he's following me going, you're going home for a really big poo. And I just turned around to him and went, nah, it's just I'm fucking your mum later and she tends to leave a mess. Shazam! He cried. I do gigs for all sorts of different places and all sorts of different people. I did a gig for a big fetish club a couple of months ago called Conclusive. Give me a cheer if you've ever been to a fetish club. Fantastic, that's brilliant. The correct answer, of course, is yes, mistress. We'll overlook that. And I got to a lovely gig at this fetish club, right? And if you haven't been to one, do go, and they are so much fun, right? I did a gig, and afterwards I'm stood at the bar, and whilst I'm stood there, this bloke comes up to me and goes, "Woo, woo, woo!" So he unzipped his mask. And he said, "I want you to torture me all night." Yeah, I thought I can do that. So I spent the rest of the evening moving his pint just out of his reach. Blowing his lighter out every time he tried to light a cigarette. I'm really fucking evil when I try. Although to be fair, he did seem more pissed off than turned on. Which gets me thinking, right, has anyone here ever been stung by a jellyfish? Yes. Yes, so you know what to do if you get stung by a jellyfish? Piss on it. What? The jellyfish? It would teach it a lesson, wouldn't it? Come here, you! Don't sting her, she's got fucking mental. Keep trying to rub it out my eyes, but it just stings more. Never mind. One of my friends asked them about this, and it's dead easy. Piss on your foot. If you've been stung on your foot, sure. Otherwise you just end up with the foot covered in piss. It did get me thinking, right, so I was doing this gig at this fetish club, right? Do you reckon people are into, you know, being peed on? Occasionally fuck off down to the beach. Pretend that they've been stung by a jellyfish. Just to get strangers to pee on them. Yeah. So if I was into it, that's exactly what I'd do, you know. Are you sure you've been stung by a jellyfish? Sure it's stung in your mouth and face? I get the feeling I've crossed the line there. Half of you are laughing, half of you are staring at me like I've taken a tin opener to your pet tortoise. Angry and confused but intrigued to see where this is going to go. So I'm going to have to go in a second, but before I do, I just want to tell you one quick story, because it's like, at the moment the Edinburgh Fringe Festival's on, and I'm so glad that I'm here instead of up there, because you guys are obviously fantastic, and being here I'm not losing £350 a day, which I did last year, so that's great. Yeah, oh, fantastic, thank you, that's my bank manager. This is it. Like 2 years ago, I went and did my first show up in Edinburgh, and when you do an Edinburgh show, you do a show every single night for the whole of August, right? And when we did that show, we had one night off, and on that day off, my girlfriend came to visit me, and she took me off up to the top of Edinburgh Castle. And when we got there, she got down on one knee and proposed. How cool is that? Yeah, because I love castles. If you go to Edinburgh, do go to the castle. We'll make sure you get there before 5, because they stop letting people in. We got there at 20 past. Don't know if you've ever tried to break into a closed castle. It's pretty tough. But we got there, right, and whilst we were there, the sort of like, all security is stopping people from going in. And obviously, rubbish, I really wanted to see that. She said, don't worry, I'll have a chat with them. Do your best. She went off and had a chat, and she came back, she went, right, that's it, we're in. Fucking hell. She must have told them how much I love castles. It's going to be good, right? So we got in. We start walking up to the top of the castle. As we get through this first set of security, there's a second guy there with an earpiece in, like something out of the Matrix. And he's going, no one can come any further. Come on, no, you can't come any further. Gets a message radio through. And he goes, you two, come through. This is weird. I don't know how much you actually love castles, right? But at this point, my mind started to race, because I'm thinking, my girlfriend doesn't believe in civil partnerships or marriage or any of that sort of shit, so what's going to happen? We're going to get up to the top of Edinburgh Castle. I don't know if you've been, it's very high up. Obviously, we're going to get right up to the top there, and she's going to say, got some test results back from the doctor, we've got 6 months left to live, and we're going to jump, do you want to join me? She didn't. What happened? She got down on her knee and she got this ring out and she asked me to marry her, and it was like, so cool. But she even phoned my dad up beforehand to ask for his permission. Yeah, because we're dead traditional. And he went, you're a lesbian. What do they do? Listen, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. I'm going to head off to the bar and spike my own drink. I'm Bethany Black, thank you for that.